Hello everybody, I'm Chris Grell, Principal of Christ the King School, and we finally started the school year. Mrs. Becker could not be with me today. She is actually filling in, subbing in one of our 5th and 6th grade math classes right now. So she'll be with us in another video. But I do have a surprise guest that will be joining me here in just a little bit. I'm without a mask because I'm the only one here right now, and once my guest comes in, then I will mask and that person will mask as well so he can be safe. We are very excited to have the kids here in school. It just was not the same during the 4th quarter, and it wasn't the same in the summer. This building was just so empty, and we really missed your kids, and we missed you too. So on behalf of all the teachers, it's just great to have everybody back here in school. I have a few things just to go over with you, and I'm doing this actually in place of what I normally put in the school update. The school update is going to go out this afternoon, and usually I have a from the principal section that is right on the front of the school update. We're going to try something new. Mrs. Becker and I enjoyed making videos so much over the summer and even in the 4th quarter, we thought, well, maybe we just do this instead, because it seems like a lot of people watch the videos, and we thought it might just be easier for you. So what I'm going to do is we're going to make a from the principal video each time the school update goes out, and that will be in place. And Sherry, when she sends the update out, she'll just put a link in there so you can go right to the video if you would like to watch it. Like I said, Mrs. Becker will normally join me, and we'll be sharing some important information with you on each one of the videos. And we're also going to try to have a guest as much as possible. And this guest could be a teacher, could be a staff member, could be a student or a group of students, or it could even be a parent and maybe even Father Cook or Father Boyd from time to time. So we just want to kind of work other people into the video as well. It'll be kind of fun, give you a chance to kind of see not only what's going on in the school, but see it from a different perspective as we have a guest in here. We're also going to end each video with a challenging question of the week is what we're going to call it. And if your child answers the question correctly, and I'll give you a little more details at the end of the video on how that's going to work, but if your child answers it correctly, they may be a student guest at our next video. So a little incentive to try to answer that question. It'll be kind of fun. I want to first, moving on, just want to thank you for your patience. We appreciate your patience because there's just a lot of new procedures, a lot of new things going on all throughout the school. We know they're different. Some of them are working really well, and some of them we're working on. So we do appreciate your patience as we kind of tweak things, make adjustments to make things as best as we possibly can. Just kind of to review some of those things, drop-off. We think drop-off is going pretty good. I know sometimes it does get backed up in the street, but we're doing our best to kind of get all the cars moving. We could use your help a little bit too, so please pull up as much as you can until you get to the stop drop-off sign. But fill in the line as quickly as you can so we can kind of keep everybody in a compacted line as much as possible. Have your child ready to exit the vehicle as soon as you stop so they can just get their things and get out of the vehicle safely, and then you can pull away making room for other cars. And then please do not get out of your vehicle unless you are a preschool parent and you're dropping off by parking in the preschool section. It's okay to get out of your car if you're a preschool parent, but if you're a kindergarten through 8th grade parent, please just drop off, let your child get out, because when you get out of your car, then it does slow the line down. And we appreciate your cooperation on that, and so do the other parents. Entering the building, we have 6 different entrance points here this year. We have the temperature checks going on. We have masks being issued even before the kids come into the building, and that helps expedite that. I think that's going very well. Some people have told me they think it's going faster than everyone going into the gym, and maybe it is, but it's going very well so far. Dismissal, front lot is going very well, and then the one loop by the soccer field is going very well. Our other loop on the rock wall side, it's definitely backed up, and if you're one of the parents that has emailed me about that, yes, we see that, we know that's a problem. we've been working on that. We tried something yesterday that worked fairly well by making the loop come in all the way around and putting the kids on the other side. So we think that's working very well, but we're monitoring just to make sure that that is the answer and that will work long term. We think it might, and once again, just move all the way up, and as soon as your child is in the car, or children, or carpool, whatever it is, just please pull out of the line so we can just keep things moving as quickly as possible. But thanks for your patience as we kind of evolve everything in the back church lot. That's always been kind of a touchy point. It's always a tough place to dismiss, but we certainly appreciate your patience and what you're doing to cooperate on that. Thanks for your patience with quarantining of teachers. We've had a couple teachers we've had to quarantine. Their precautions. Mrs. Carnes, our 7th and 8th grade language arts teacher, we did have to quarantine her because her husband was having some symptoms. She's back in the building now. Everything is good. He is negative. Ms. Christensen, our 5th and 6th grade math teacher, she's been quarantined for 3 days and due to her own symptoms, and we're waiting for test results back from her test, so hopefully everything goes well that way. But these are precautions. Whenever we see anything like this, we're going to take the very safe road, and we want to protect everybody in the school and keep them healthy. So thanks for your patience as we move staff around, because we of course had to cover these positions. And Mrs. Becker is covering one of those positions right now, actually Miss Christensen's class right now. So sometimes that just makes things a little bit more hectic around here for students, for parents. So just thanks for your understanding there. Hopefully we won't have that happen too much, but it is going to happen. We just know that that's just the reality going forward. Both of those teachers having to quarantine were based on exposures outside of the school building. We feel that we're doing a really good job protecting everybody here in the building. Kids are wearing the masks really well. Teachers are. We're distancing as much as possible. It's a little more of a challenge during lunch and recess, especially during recess with the little kids, but we are really holding them to that, making the corrections when we need to. And if all else fails, students need to wear a mask. If they can't distance, we've got to keep them safe. So just thanks for your patience as we work through all of that as well. But as far as exposures outside of school, we're saddened. We don't want exposures of any kind, but they are going to happen outside of school, involving some teachers like we have now, but also maybe some families, some students. And we're just going to make sure that we wear the mask, we distance, so that nothing happens. There aren't exposures here in the school building. And thank you to parents who have kept kids home because they are not feeling well. There are COVID symptoms and there are symptoms that are not COVID. So either way, if you have symptoms, if your child is not feeling well, we appreciate it that you keep them home. Please ask your child the screening questions. Go through those each day. Those COVID screening questions that went out at the beginning of the school year on the form that everybody signed and returned. We need you to do that consistently. Fevers, loss of smell, those kind of symptoms are definitely indicators that there may be something going on. So read through those. In fact, we'll probably be putting those out. I'll ask Sherry to put those out with the school update so you do have those again, so you can consistently ask your kids those questions. We've heard that there's some concern over the heavy backpacks in the middle school, and I do want to address that. That's something we are looking at. We are not currently using the lockers right now because we want to avoid the gatherings that the lockers create. I mean, kids gather and the hallways are very clogged when the lockers are in use, so we have pulled back on using them for right now. But how do the kids take their books to all their classes, and what do they do with them? Right now they're carrying them around in their backpacks. We realize that some of the backpacks are getting a little heavy. We understand that. We don't like that either. Putting the books in classrooms presents a problem because if kids go back in classrooms to get the books, then they're encountering other kids in the classroom, and that's mixing classes, and we're trying to avoid that as well. Keeping the books in the classroom where they would be used sounds like a great idea, but students need those books in remote learning classes, so we're still presented with a problem of they need the books at various points of the day. I realize it's a problem, we all do, and our middle school teams are working on that, and hopefully we'll have a solution sometime soon. Unfortunately, COVID has really presented us with some challenges, and sometimes there aren't easy solutions, but we are trying. We hear you, we understand it. We have some students that are kind of small. They don't weigh much, and their backpacks weigh a lot. So we understand that. If you happen to have a backpack with wheels, that's fine if you want to use that for right now, but we will hopefully come up with a solution fairly soon. I also want to thank all of our volunteers. We currently have 21 volunteers that come into the school each day, and that sounds like a lot, and it is. But at lunchtime and recess, we need to divide all of our classes into small subgroups. We need to keep them all apart, and I just don't have enough teachers to do that. I mean, there's no way for us to do that. So we count on our volunteers, we thank our volunteers, and it's because of our volunteers coming in and doing things like this that we are able to stay open 100% 5 days a week with everybody here in school. So what you are doing as volunteers is such a key thing here for our school, and I thank you. Our teachers thank you, our students thank you. It's a good chance not only to help us out, but it gets our parents into the school. You get to kind of see the kids, you get to see the teachers, you kind of see what we're doing, what we're dealing with, and how it's all working. And our volunteers are super and are doing an outstanding job. If you want to be a volunteer, there is a Sign Up Genius that's out there. All you have to do is access that. If you're not sure how to do it, call the office. Sherry or Julie will guide you through that. All you have to do is sign up. One slot, many slots. We'll take whatever you can give us. We certainly appreciate you doing that. With that, I'm going to put on my mask now because I want to introduce our guest. This is our very first guest, and she is very apprehensive about this problem. This is Mrs. Hightoff, and many of you know Mrs. Hightoff, and I've asked Mrs. Hightoff to be our first guest because Mrs. Hightoff, she's not only our reading specialist here at Christ the King, and she does a super job with the kids and works with so many of them, so many grade levels. She also advises teachers, and I'm probably building her up, and she's probably blushing because I'm doing that, but she does a super job. But she is also the Educator of the Year for the Archdiocese of Omaha, and we are so excited about that. So I've asked Mrs. Hightoff to be our first guest teacher here, and so, hi, how are you doing?
Good.
All right, it's been a hectic day, it's a Friday, but I'm going to ask Mrs. Hightoff just a few questions and just allow her to kind of just speak a little bit. First of all, Mrs. Hightoff, how long have you been here at Christ the King?
This is my 28th year. It's hard to believe.
28 years.
Right out of Creighton when I was 21.
Okay, all right.
That's a long time.
That is a long time. And can you share with us what positions you have held here in the school during those 28 years?
I started out as a 5th grade teacher, so I taught 5th grade for about 10 years. I've taught 3rd grade here and 4th grade, and about the last 15 years I've been the school's reading specialist.
Okay, all right. Well, that's very good, and we really appreciate everything that you do. And one final question. What keeps you here at Christ the King? Why is Christ the King so special or important to you?
Gosh, I love everything about this school. It's everything at Christ the King has helped me grow in my faith, from the beautiful school grounds, the school, the church, the sacraments that we're able to participate in, the students who always challenge us to become better teachers, the parents who volunteer their time and come up here and who are so supportive of all of the teachers, and of course the teachers. I mean, it's amazing to watch our teachers in action. They are so creative.
Sophia and Charlotte Haggerty to the office for the day, please.
And we are in a
Charlotte
school,
Haggerty
so
to the office for the day.
Yeah.
we're going to get those announcements.
Right.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. No, the teachers are just so creative, and they're great to work with. They inspire me and are so supportive, and it's just a wonderful environment to be in, and I've really enjoyed my time here.
Well, Mrs. Hightoff, we certainly have enjoyed having you here.
Thank you.
I haven't been here as long as you have, but I think this is like my 19th year, and it goes by so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta think that 28 years just has kind of zipped by.
It has.
But we appreciate everything you do, our parents
Thank you.
do, our teachers do, I do, Father Cook and Father Boyd do, and congratulations on being Educator of the Year. I think
Thank
that is just
you.
awesome.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to ask Mrs. Hightoft just to remain with us, and I'm just going to finish up here. I just got a couple more things to say. We have expectations and curriculum night coming up, not an actual night where you come to the school, because we can't really do that, get all the crowds in here, but we are offering that as a virtual experience this year. So be on the lookout for videos that are going to come out. They're going to come out on September 2nd, which is, I believe, next Wednesday. And this will allow you to really see what the curriculum is going to be in the classes or the grade level that your child is in, and see what the expectations are in that particular grade level or that class. Every one of our classroom teachers in elementary and every one of our subject teachers in middle school and that are special subject teachers are preparing a video that you can access and kind of see their presentation. And you are free to see your own child's videos, or of their teachers, or if you always wanted to know what they do in 8th grade social studies, you can access that one and see that one too. So you're definitely free to explore all the different videos. Mrs. Becker and I and Father Cook will be doing a segment as well, just to kind of share some kind of high-level school information with you as well. So I encourage you to check out all those videos. They should be out on September 2nd, probably in the evening sometime, because that's when we would actually do the event. So just want to let you know that those are coming. And now, the challenging question of the week. This is the new thing, and Mrs. Becker did a really nice job coming up with the questions, and she would read the question normally, just like we used to do in the summer with visiting people's houses, or in the fourth quarter. She would kind of do that piece, where are we going next? But the question is, what do Tom Cruise, NASA, and Christ the King Catholic School have in common? What do Tom Cruise, NASA, and Christ the King Catholic School have in common? If you think you know the answer to that question, write your answer on a 3x5 card with your name, grade level, and the words "challenging question of the week," and give it to your elementary school teacher or your middle school first period teacher, and they will get it down to Mrs. Becker and I. What we're going to do is all the correct answers, and hopefully there's a lot of them. I don't know if Mrs. Hightoft knows the answer yet or not, but don't say anything, okay? Teachers can't do this. It's just for students. But if all the correct answers that we get, we're going to put them in a bowl, and we're going to randomly draw out. If there's only one correct answer, then that's the one we're going to go with. And that child that is drawn out of that bowl will be a guest on our next video. So kind of exciting. So be thinking of that. The question once again, what do Tom Cruise, NASA, and Christ the King Catholic School have in common? Don't forget, write it on a 3x5 card, name, grade level, and challenging question of the week. Write those things on it, give it to your elementary teacher, middle school first period teacher, and they will get it to us, okay? And just some final thoughts. Once again, we're so glad to be back. I mean, it's great to see all the kids. All the teachers just love this. It's great to see all you parents too. We have so many volunteers coming into the school. It's great to see all of you guys, and really to have you as part of our school community during the school day. It really is a gift. It's doing so much to help us, but it's really a nice thing too, and we're really enjoying that very much. We think that we can keep Christ the King open and operating with 100% all students, all day, all the time. We really think we have the safety procedures and safeguards in place to do that. We're being very careful. We're evolving things as we go to get them better and better. We also need your help, because we can control what happens in school, but we need your help out of school. So please be safe, don't take risks, avoid large gatherings, especially gatherings where nobody's wearing a mask. Avoid those kind of things when you're outside of school. Pre-screen your child, before they come to school. Ask them those questions. Just if they're not feeling well, keep them home so they don't expose anybody else coming into the school building. Wear a mask, social distance. Remind your child, we need your support on this, to always follow the safety measures that we have here in school. It's hard sometimes. The kids, they want to see each other. They want to be close. They want to interact with each other. And they're on recess and they have to stay distant or they have to put their mask on. It's hard. But please encourage them to do these things because it's going to keep them safe and it's going to keep all of us safe. And that's what we want. We want to keep everybody safe and keep this school open. Once again, it's great to see everybody. We're excited to be back in school. It is a fantastic feeling. This building was just so quiet during the summer in the fourth quarter, and we really did miss all of you. So it's great to be back. And until next time, be safe and God bless. Thank you very much and have a great weekend.